greenery, lot of grass, trees, and there are two rivers which are going around this land, and these two rivers are meeting at a distance, and they are becoming one river. This land is very beautiful, and I see a girl of 15 years walking in this green grass with lot of trees. She is walking happily towards her house. Her house is beautifully built, and she enters the house. It is a big house. There is a veranda. There is a place for people to sit outside like a stone bench. And she enters. She goes inside the hall. There is a big photo of Subramanya Swami, which is very, very big, very powerful, having lot of energy from that photo. She stands before that photo, closes her eyes, and just prays for the well-being of her and her family. In that house, her father, mother, one brother, and 5 sisters are living. Her father is a very divine person. He is a pujari of a temple. The mother is a very good singer. She sings bhajans at home and also in a temple. People respect her mother because of her talent in singing. And this girl also admires her mother because with her beautiful songs, she goes deep into meditation. The mother is very divine. The girl comes out of the house, walks some distance, and there is a small mountain. Over that, there is a temple, and this girl climbs some 108 steps and goes into the temple. This temple is carved out of rocks, and inside the temple, as this girl walks, there is a very big shivling, which is made of black stone, shining, lot of divinity. This girl again stops in front of the shivling and closes her eyes as if she is receiving the energy from this shivling. She walks a little distance out of this shivling, and she finds the small temple of Subramanya Swami. Her father is a pujari in this temple and is standing near that Subramanya Swami Sannidhi. She goes, her father looks at her. Her father has applied vibhuti on his forehead, has applied kumkum, is wearing a rudraksh mala, and he is in white dhoti, has a long hair, bright eyes, and he looks at the daughter and asks her, "You have come alone?" She says, "Yes, mother has got some bhajan program in some neighbor's house. So I came alone to have the darshan of the lords of this temple." So the Father is now taking the camphor and showing the Lord Subramanya, which is also a black stone, a tall stone, very nicely decorated with colorful dresses and ornaments. As is showing the arti, all the jewelry over the Lord Subramanyam is glittering. And again, she feels the divine power radiating from this Lord Subramanya. She receives some flowers from her father, and she slowly starts getting down from this temple. She comes home and finds that her mother is still not returned, and she goes to the neighbor's house, and there her mother is totally immersed in the divinity of the bhajan. This girl also sits there totally engrossed in the songs, the divine songs that his mother is rendering, and her eyes automatically close in full divine atmosphere. All are very engrossed to the songs. Many people are in tears because her mother sings with such a devotion that everybody is having that energy in their body. This girl is also in tears, and she keeps her both hands clapped together, and she just listening to the bhajan, and her lips are also telling the bhajan very, very slowly. After the bhajans are over, the aarti is done. Her mother opens her eyes and sees her daughter, and is surprised that she had gone to the temple and how she has come here. Then the girl explains to her, and both of them walk to their house. Inside the house, she goes, opens the back door, and goes there. And there are a lot of cows and calves. They're all waiting for her because she feeds. She has got a lot of love and affection towards animals. And she goes near the cow and touches each and every cow, give them grass and other food, what the cows eat, keeps water in drums to those cows, and all the cows jointly make a sound. She feels very happy, as if all these cows are greeting her, and they were all waiting for her to come. And this girl, after finishing giving food and patting those cows, comes back into the house. Then her father also comes from the temple. He is coming with a lot of prasad in his hand, and he comes and gives it to the mother. The brother and the 5 sisters are all sitting together to have their food. At the time, the father chants a mantra which is expressing their thank, thankfulness, gratefulness to the God for giving this food to them. This girl, her mother, brother, and sisters also join in praying to the God and thanking the God for giving them this sumptuous food. All eat and they all sleep. In the night, this girl gets a dream in which Lord Subramanya appears and he says, "You are taking care of the cows very well. You are very affectionate towards your mother and father. But do you think that this is the purpose of your life, to take care of the animals, to take care of your brother and sisters and your parents? Don't you feel that there is something great to achieve in this life?" This girl is confused. She doesn't know what else she can do at the age of 15. She has not even gone to school. She has not studied anything. She does not know anything about the worldly affairs except assisting her mother, assisting her father sometimes, and helping her brothers. Nobody in their house have gone to schools. They are all at home doing some household work and they do nothing. At the time, she is really confused what the Lord is conveying to her. And in her sleep, she asks the God, "Subramanya, tell me, what can I do? I do not know anything. I cannot read. I don't know anything. I have not studied. I have not gone to any school. I have not learned any puja or any mantra. I cannot do anything. What can I do?" Then the Lord says, "You can do many things even if you're not studied. You go inside the town. There are many things you can do. You will discover the moment you enter the town, you will find out that opportunities are coming in your way. And therefore, from tomorrow morning, you just start roaming inside the town and see what help you can do, what services you can do." And she just wakes up very confused, that as an illiterate, as a person not knowing anything, she cannot sing, she cannot do any puja, she cannot read or write. And she thinks, what can I do? But the Lord is directing me to go into the town. So the next morning, when her father and mother wake up, she tells them about the dream. The father thinks, he says, "Yes, the Lord is conveying something to you. He has never come in my dream. I am doing puja for so many years, but he has never come in my dream. He has never given any blessings to me. And I consider it is my duty to do puja to him in the temple. Other than that, I also do not know anything. Your mother sings, which has come as a gift to her. She sings so nicely. She attracts so many people with her divine voice. So there is a direction from the divine. You have to obey. So tomorrow you go into the town and see what is waiting for you." So next morning, after finishing her bath and food and feeding all the cows and the calves, she leaves the house. She is wearing a blouse which has got many colors and a half sari which is yellow in color. She has applied kumkum, which is very, very big and bright red in color. And from that house, she walks into the town. As she walks into the town, she finds an old man lying on the road and he is lying unconscious. This girl goes near him and asks him, Sir, what has happened to you? Why are you lying on the street? There is nobody around you. What has happened? She is just trying to wake him up, but he's not waking up. So she goes nearby, brings some water, sprinkles that water on him, and he opens his eyes and he just blinks at her and he asks, "Who are you?" She says, "I've been directed by Lord Subramanya to come to this town and do some service." So the old man gets up and he says, "I did not eat last night and I just came out to take bath in the river and I do not know. I suddenly fell down, became unconscious, and I was not knowing who is going to come to help me because I don't have anybody in my house. I have a very big house, but I don't have any relatives to take care of me. I have servants, but I don't trust my servants." Then she wakes him up, carries him by keeping his hands over her shoulder and takes him to his house, which is nearby. It's a palatial house. She goes inside. The servants are there, and the servants come to her worried, asking what happened. She tells them what had happened, and they bring some chair, make that old man to sit. And this girl asks, "Is there any food for giving this person?" Then a lady, a servant in the house, runs to the kitchen and brings some food and some juice. And this girl, looking at that old man, feeling pity for him, she starts feeding that man with the food. The man cries. He says, "Girl, I don't have anybody in this life. These servants are selfish. They are all here for me to take my money. They are just doing their duty, but they don't have any love and affection for me. I am frustrated in this life. I want to die. I don't want to live. But looking at you, I feel I have some purpose in this life. I have to do something in this life. So the Lord has sent you for that purpose." Then he eats the food. He's feeling energetic. He's feeling some strength in his body. And he tells her to sit by his side and he asks the details about her. Then she tells the history that her father is a pujari in the temple, mother is a singer, and she has got brother and sisters. The old man says, "I feel very attached to you. I do not know why. Maybe that because I don't have anybody in my life now, I am feeling attached to you. Why don't you ask your father and mother and come and stay with me so we can all stay here as a family?" And she says, "I have a lot of cows which I'm taking care. So I do not know whether my father will agree to come and stay here. I will have to ask him." The old man says, "You don't worry about anything. You just bring your father here and I will convince him. Whatever cows you're having, I have a huge land behind this bungalow. You can put all the cows there and the cows will be happy to roam there, eat the grass, and live here happily. You just go and bring your parents here. So the girl also feels very comfortable with this old man. So she bows before him, touches his feet, and tell the servants to take care of him and that she will be coming back very fast. So she goes to her house. Her mother is there at home, but her father has gone to the temple. So she waits for the father to come back. And around noon, the father comes back to the temple and she tells what happened when she went to the town and how she met the old man. And the old man is calling all of them there. The father sits in surprise. He cannot understand what is the plan the Lord has got for them. Why my girl met that old man and why that old man is inviting us there. So he tells his wife, let us go and meet because everything is happening as per the command of Lord Subramanya. So let us go and meet this old man and see what he has got for us. So he goes there with his wife and daughter, and the daughter introduces her father and mother to the old man. The old man, with little difficulty, gets up and says namaste to the pujari and his wife. And he says, your daughter has come at the time when I don't have any relatives and I was having suicidal tendencies and I was thinking of killing myself, drowning in the river. But the Lord had a different plan and I fainted on the street and your daughter was there in right time to wake me up and bring me back to my house. I never wanted to come back here because I lost my wife, I lost my children, I lost my parents in this house one by one during the last year. Everybody left me. I do not know why a series of death took place in my house and all my close relatives have been wiped out, right from my father to my son. This old man said, there is some divine plan by the Lord that has made me to meet your daughter. And I feel that all of us should stay together and let us start a family. I am very rich. I have lots of money with me, and I do not know if I'm going to die, what I'm going to do with all this money. I want somebody should take care of my house, take care of the money, and also take care of me because I don't trust any of these servants. And the father does not know what to reply. He says, give me one day. I will think over. I'll discuss with my family and I'll come back to you tomorrow. So the old man gladly agrees and says that you can think over and come back and tell me, but don't be under pressure that I am telling you to come and stay here. It is with a selfish motive. I am asking you to come and stay. And I also feel there is some divine direction which is directing your daughter to be. And there may be a larger bond between us in any of the past lives that has brought your daughter to me. So the father agrees and he says he will come next day after doing the puja in the temple. Next day, the father is still confused whether to accept the invitation of this old man, go and stay with him, or should he continue in the same temple. He goes to the temple and stands before the shivling, closing his eyes. What should I do? I am confused. Things are happening as per your divine directions. Subramanya appeared in my daughter's dream and directed her to go to the town, and things are happening. But whether the things that are happening now are happening correctly, or are we making any mistake? He closes his eyes and sits there for 15 minutes, only saying, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And after 15 minutes, he opens his eyes. A big garland on the shivling falls from there and falls at his feet. He feels really surprised that how this garland which was on shivling is falling at his feet. And does this mean that Shiva is telling him also to go and stay with this old man? So then he thinks that Shiva has given the permission to go and stay with this old man. They all go home. After he goes home, they all together go to that old man's house and they tell, yes, we will stay with you. As long as you want, we will stay with you and will help you in whatever way we can do. So this girl also feels happy, and all of them, by the same afternoon, they all move to that house and they take the cows also with them, and the cows are also taken to the backyard. The cows initially feel little difficulty in moving and staying in a new environment, but looking at the grass fields and the environment, the nature, the river, they also get used to it. This girl is mostly assisting that old man in walking, going to the temple. And this old man is feeling a lot of strength that has come in. And he was feeling he's now 10 years younger. He doesn't understand from where this energy has come, from where this confidence has come, from where that suicidal tendency which was there in him has gone. And just by mere meeting of this girl, if this is happening, this is not happening through this girl, but this is happening because of Subramanya, whom I have been praying for years. He thinks that this girl has been sent by Subramanya to bring the faith, to bring the confidence, to remove the suicidal tendencies. And he tells the father of the girl to arrange for a homam, because he feels that there is some curse in this house which has snatched all my relatives. And a small fear is there in his mind that because I've now brought a new family into this house, that should not create any tragedy to these people. With his fear, he calls that pujari to arrange for a big homam, a yajna in his house. And he says, call as many pandits as possible and chant as many mantras as possible. And let us feed as many people as possible. And immediately the pujari, the girl's father, arranges for a big yajna in that house. The They are putting fire inside the house in the yajna. There are at least 100 priests from different towns have come and chanting there. The mantra is echoing in that house, sending vibrations everywhere. And there are thousands of people have come for having food. They have put pandals and shelters outside that bangla, completely covering the street. And thousands of people are sitting, and the yajna is going with full divine powers. And after the yajna is over, this old man feels that he is protected now by these divine energies which are now surrounding the house. And he feels that whatever curse or whatever problem is there in this house, which has taken away all his family members, have all gone. And there is divinity in this house. And he need not worry about the safety of the new members of this house. He comes out, looks at the thousands of people having their food, a feast. Everybody is happy, and he's giving everybody money after eating. And he himself goes and puts a red and blue color shawl to somebody. He puts red color, somebody puts blue color shawl on their shoulders. And to ladies, he is giving silk saris. All are very happy and all are blessing him that though he doesn't have a family, he has taken this step of making all the people very happy, and they're all blessing him. And everybody is going one by one. And inside the house, now the family of this girl and this old man are there. The old man is now feeling very energetic. He's no more dull, no more weak. So he's very active in getting up early in the morning, and he goes out himself for a walk to the river, takes bath in the river, claims at 108 steps of the temple, visits the temple, sits near the Shivling and the Subramanya Swami's statue, and he conveys his gratitude to the Lords for coming in the dream of this girl and sending this girl to him, which has completely changed his life from sorrow to happiness. He now feels that he shall help more and more people. So he asks the girl what he can do with so much money in his hand. The girl says, none of my members of my family have studied. One of the reasons is we don't have a good school in this town. Everybody have to cross this river to go to other towns to study, and many of them are not ready to cross this river and go. So if we can build a school in this town for the people of this town, everybody will be happy, and that is the great charity you will be doing. He liked the idea, and he called the pujari, the girl's father, and told him that you start getting people who can make a good school in this town. So the pujari, with his connections, brings people who can construct the school, and a school gets constructed there. And the old man asked this girl, what is your name? She says, my name is Matangi. Then he says, name the school after Matangi. This will be Matangi's primary school. And once students enroll and pass, we will make it into a high school and make everybody in this town to study. The students need not pay any fees, and we will take care of their food, their uniform, their books, everything. I have enough money. I have, I need not give anything to anybody. So let the students get the benefit here. All uniform free, all books free, all food free for them. And immediately announcement is made in the town that all the students can join. People in the town are very happy that your school has come. And the school has come because of Matangi. And Matangi has created such a big thing for us. She has brought a school in this town, which we cannot dream. Such a comfort. All our children in our house are going to become literate, educated. They are going to get jobs. So they all immediately rush to the school and admit their children in the school. The old man tells Matangi, Matangi, I know you are illiterate, but you are a divine child. You have the blessings of Lord Subramanya. So I want you to manage the school. There will be an educated principal who will be handling the school, but I want, as a divine child, to be present here and take care of and tell me whatever we can do for the school, whatever we can do for this town, I am ready to do. And you let me know. And whatever you and your family want also, you let me know. I am ready to do it. And this girl cannot um, express her happiness, cannot hide her happiness. And she just falls at the feet of that old man. And he says, I am grateful because of the Lord Subramania's direction. This town is getting a school. So many people had their lunch. They had, they have been honored. You gave them shawls and saris. You did such a wonderful yajna, which has purified this entire town. And I am really happy that everything is happening as per the wish of Lord Subramania. And she goes to the school every day, goes to the classrooms to find out if there is any necessity, if the children need anything, if the children are facing any problem. And she immediately removes all the problems the children are facing by interacting with them. And she also feels very happy. Her parents are also feeling very happy that the Subramanya to whom the father is doing puja, he's giving directions to them, and things are going very nicely. And she also feels that the students should be taught meditation so that they'll become disciplined and they will also enter spirituality at a very young age. So she tells the old man that I do not know meditation, I do not know any japa or puja, I do not know anything, I do not know even to sing, but I feel if all of us are taught how to meditate, then it will be very useful for us from the childhood. So we have to bring somebody to teach them meditation. Again, the old man calls the girl's father and tells to bring somebody who can teach meditation to all the children. The pujari brings a person who is wearing saffron colored clothes. He is well versed in meditation and spiritual matters. And he comes before the old man and bows before him. The old man is very happy that the right person has been brought to the town to teach the children meditation. The old man says, even I do not know how to meditate. When I sit for meditation, thoughts come and I get fed up that I am not able to meditate. I just get up. I have never been able to meditate, though I am 65 years old. So the man says, you can definitely meditate. I will teach you how to meditate. You also come to the school and sit with children. For meditation, there is no age. Whether you're a child, whether you're an adult, whether you are an old man, for meditation, the age does not matter. What matters is your experience in meditation. You may be a small child, but you may be having a lot of experiences in meditation, so you become a very senior person. You may be 65 years old, but you're not able to meditate, so I have to take you as the junior most in the class. The old man doesn't feel offended. He also sits in the class, and this man in saffron clothes is teaching them how to meditate. First, he teaches them to chant Omkara. And as he chants Omkara, everybody is feeling a vibration in their body. The Om is vibrating in their body, and they are all feeling that there is some change taking in their play in their body. This man goes and touches the place between the eyebrows of each and every student with his fingers, and a shock like wave goes through them, and all become completely absorbed in the meditation. There is no movement in them after this man touches them on their third eye. The old man also is frozen. He's sitting. He cannot move. He cannot open his eyes. Everybody is sitting. There is no sound. There is no om. Everything has stopped. People are just silent. People are silent. This man is moving around them, keeping his head on certain people's head. His hand is on their head. And those people are going deeper level of meditation. This girl is also sitting there, and she feels that she doesn't know meditation, but now she is in a very deep meditation because he has activated the chakras by just chanting Om and touching their third eye chakra. And for some people, he has touched his hand on their head. All the people in the class now are frozen. They don't know what is happening outside. And the time passes, and they're all sitting. And this man tells everybody to open their eyes. And everybody slowly open their eyes. And they are feeling very relaxed, very energetic. They're all feeling like they're all flying. And the old man says that what magic you did. I never had an opportunity even to sit for 5 or 10 minutes, but I'm seeing the time now. You have made us to sit for, you have made us, you have made us to sit us for 1 hour, I do not know how the time passed. And he just gets up and touches the feet of the man who taught him meditation. The girl is also having vibrations in her body, and she comes and touches the feet of the person who taught her meditation. All the students are having a very different kind of experience, which they have never faced in life. And this man who taught meditation says, every day we will meet and do meditation for 1 hour before the class starts or after the class is over, according to the time you are going to get. So then the person who taught meditation comes to the old man's house and he is given a room to stay. And this girl is also practicing meditation. She's feeling a lot of vibrations. She's finding that everything in her life has changed now because of the direction given by Lord Subramania, that she met this old man, she got a school for this town, she got to learn meditation, which she believes is going to bring a lot of changes in her. One day in a dream, again Subramania appears. He says, this old man is going to die within a week. You don't tell him anything about that he is going to die. Because if you're going to tell him, he'll be badly shaken, and whatever enthusiasm, whatever confidence he's having, he will lose and he will go back to the same situation where he was feeling frustrated when he lost his family. And Subramania says, now it is time for you to come to the temple daily and sit there and do all assistance you have to do for your father. You have to assist him in getting milk for the temple. You have to assist him in getting water for the temple. You have to assist him in getting all the puja materials for the temple. And now the time has come for you to assist him. And so within a week's time, your life will again change because this old man is going to die. This girl was really upset. The old man who has brought her here and who are they are having a very comfortable life, running the schools and meditation, everything. She's now feeling very sad that this man is going to die, but she cannot tell anything to that man because Subramania has told not to disclose this. So she doesn't even tell her parents or brother or sisters about this, and she keeps everything into her. And people are noticing that she's slightly sad, but she's just managing without anything. So the time goes 4 days, 5 days. One day, the old man calls the father of the girl and the girl, and he tells, I am now 65 years old. I do not know how long I'm going to live. So I want to hand over all my properties to this girl, and I want her to manage the school. I want to manage whatever she's going to establish in this town. Everything I want to give it to her to manage because I feel that it is the divine direction of Lord Subramanya, who I believe and whom I have been doing puja, whom I have been worshipping. It's a direction from him. So I feel that I should hand over all the wealth to her. And before I die, I want to give everything to her. The girl says, why are you feeling that you're going to die? You have to live long. You have to keep all the wealth with you. Why you have to give it to me now? The people in the town may not be happy if they give all this to me. They may feel jealous. They may curse me that I've come here with a plan to take all your wealth. So please don't give anything. Just leave it as it is. And you are going to live long. We want you to live long and we want to enjoy your company. But the old man says, I may live long, I may die, but I will be peaceful if I hand over this to you. And I am very, very convinced that you will be capable of handling this big bungalow and all the wealth. And so I want to hand over everything to you. So he makes arrangements for transferring all the properties in the name of the girl the next day. Though the girl is very reluctant, the father is also very reluctant to take the wealth, which is very huge wealth. But this old man says, it is not my direction. It is the direction of Lord Subramanya. So you cannot say anything. And he gives all the property, everything to her, and he hands over all the keys of the treasure to her. And he says, hereafter, you take care. The girl feels a lot of responsibility on her head. She's not able to digest what is happening now. Why Lord Subramanya is thrusting so much responsibility on me? But the meditation, what she's doing, it is giving her some wisdom that things are happening as per the wishes of Lord Subramanya. And he has wished that I should serve him in the temple. So she accepts it and again falls at the feet of the old man. After 3 days, the old man is sitting on a chair. It's like an easy chair. He is sitting there, and this girl is by his side, and he asks her to give him water. So she goes into the kitchen, brings a jug of water and a glass, and she pours that glass and gives. But he's not able to hold the glass. He's just opening his mouth, and his girl is pouring the water into his mouth. And looking at him, she understands that he's going to breathe his last now. She runs immediately to the puja room. She brings some Ganga water and some tulsi, and she puts that piece of tulsi inside and breaks the Ganga and water and pours that Ganga water into his mouth. And that man just stares at her and he wants to say something, but nothing comes out of his mouth. Tears roll from his eyes, the tears of gratefulness, the tears of thankfulness for having revived him from the grief, for having saved him from suicide, and for having made him to feed so many people, and for having made him to open a school in that village, town, and for bringing the person to teach meditation. Everything he conveys through his eyes, with eyes completely watering. This girl is uncontrollably weeping, eyes watering, tears rolling out, and she is in great distress. She cannot even see this man dying. She holds his hand. She keeps his hands on her head and weeps. And she is telling, my father, how can you leave me? How can you leave and go? You have spent time with me. We have spent years together. And you are going. You are leaving and going. Please don't go. Please stay with me. Please stay with me. But the man is helpless. His eyes are staring. He wants to say something, but he cannot talk. His eyes are fixed now. And the water, what she poured, is now pouring out of his mouth. And he is still, his hand is not having any weight. She is feeling that suddenly his hands are feeling heavy. So she lifts the hand and the hands drop down. She realizes that this old man is dead now. This man came into her life for bringing so much happiness, so much wisdom. And this man has left us. She thinks, Lord Subramanya, what is your plan? Why you brought this man into our life? And why you made me to meet him? What was your plan? I don't understand anything. Then they arrange for the cremation of that old man, and everybody is sad. Even the entire town is sad that he was doing so much, so many good things to them, and he has left. And they are all coming to know that he has left the wealth in this girl's name. This girl is now 20 years old, and people are having mixed feelings. Some people think that she is deserving to get all the wealth. Some people are thinking what this girl has done. She's just 20 years old. And why this old man should give all the wealth to her? He could have given the wealth to the town. We could have made so many things. Why he should give all the wealth to this girl? The people are jealous that he has given this to her. And the people are not happy with what this old man did. But this girl doesn't mind anything. She is neither happy nor sad to hear these comments by the two sections of the people. She, after a week, she starts going to the temple with her father, and she starts assisting him in the temple, and she is getting tulsi malas. She is making flower malas from her own hand. She is bringing water from the well on the hill, and she is giving the water for Abhishekam and all. And she is completely assisting her father in doing all the puja. And by sitting there, looking at the Shivling and the Subramania's statues, she is getting attracted more and more towards divinity. She sits there for hours together in meditation, and she suddenly starts singing. The talent her mother had has suddenly come into her through meditation. She sings in praise of Lord Subramanya, sometimes in praise of goddess, sometimes in praise of Lord Shiva. And when she is singing, she forgets herself. She doesn't feel that she has a body. She sings, and she has learnt even the mantras which her father is chanting. She is now completely in a state of divinity. She is feeling very much grateful to Lord Subramanya for having come in the dream and having connected her to the old man, made her to do service to the town, made her to serve the old man in his old age, and who was having suicidal thoughts, who had lost the entire family within a period of 1 year. So she daily comes there, assists, meditates, sings, and goes to the old man's house, which is her house now. The cows, she never forgets to take care of them. She always spends time with the cows. Sometimes she talks to the cows, and the cows also behave as if they are understanding her language. The cows are very happy to be in her company. And whenever she comes there, they all give a big sound to welcome her. Things go very well, and after a few years, her father passes away, and few years later, her mother also passes away. She, with her brother and sisters, are staying in this house. She is continuing to do the puja, and now a pujari has come to take care of this temple, but still he respects her because he knows her father very well. And so she continues to assist the new pujari in the puja by going to the temple every day, sitting there, meditating, getting all the wisdom. Though she is illiterate, she has got a lot of wisdom. She has got a lot of things which she is getting through the meditation. Her singing talents are increasing every day. After the mother has passed away, all the neighbors are calling her to sing, and the divine flow is similar to her mother. People are appreciating her singing. The things are going the way Lord Subramania wanted it, and she feels that nothing is in her hand because her entire life from an illiterate girl changed to the owner of a school, which she never thought will happen. She never even thought that she is going to get admitted to a school, but she has become the owner of the school, running so many classes, high schools, teaching so many people. And she feels, even though I am not blessed to get my education, I am blessed to be a owner of a school, which I consider is more blessing than becoming a student. I have become a student of meditation, and I did not spend a lot of time in getting these energies of meditation, and they were all received by me in one sitting by that meditating man coming and touching my third eye and my head. Everything transferred just in a second. So I am very fortunate to get all these things. So she thinks that she should thank the Lord Subramanya and Shiva for coming in her life and making her life spiritual and teaching her what she could not have learned in one life were all taught to her in seconds. She got everything in seconds, in minutes. So she is feeling very grateful, thankful for what life she got. She is very happy. And she is sitting in her house. She is now 60 years old. She is not married. She just spent her time in the seva of Lord Subramanya and Lord Shiva, and in the seva of the people of the town. And she is sitting on the same chair where the old man breathed his last. She's having a tulsi mala in her hand, and she is doing some japa, chanting some mantra, and her brother and sisters are around her, and she is feeling weak, and she's just looking at them. They all come around her and ask her what's happening. She just smiles. She shows her hand above. They are saying, we don't understand. What are you telling? She says, Lord Subramania is calling me. My service on this earth is over. The purpose for which I came here is over. I have to leave. They start crying. They are all weeping. The servants are also crying. And she tells to bring the Ganga Jal and put it in her mouth. The brother runs to bring the Ganga Jal, which has been kept in the puja. He brings. She smiles at him. She calls her sisters closer and hug them and tell them they have to be good people, having good thoughts, having good family. They should take care of the children and their husband and wife well. They should never become unhappy in this life because they should realize that everything comes from Lord Subramanya. Everything happens as per the desire and wishes of Lord Subramanya. And therefore, they should never feel sad in this life. They call each and every one of the family, hug them, and touches their head, blesses them, and she asks her brother and sisters to give Gangajal in spoons. So each and every person puts the Gangajal, weeps, falls down, and they cannot bear the loss. So they're all crying, and she smiles at them and she says, "Be happy. Nothing sad is happening. Whoever comes here, they have to die. And I had an excellent life. I am having an excellent death. I am having a death where I am becoming aware that I am dying. Don't you think that this is such a great fortune for me that I am dying, knowing you all put Ganga Jal. I have hugged all of you. I have blessed all of you. I've advised all of you. What more we want from Lord Subramanya? Let us all thank, and all of you say mantras, songs, japas in praise of Lord Subramanya and Lord Shiva, and think of our parents. Think of this old man who gave this life to us, and think of those cows who are now giving sound because they have also come to know that I'm leaving. At the time, all the cows start giving a sound whenever she comes there, they give a sound of welcome. Now all the cows are giving that sound, and the water, the last sister is pouring in her mouth, and that water comes out of her mouth, and her eyes are closing. She's leaving this body with full contentment of this life. She's not unhappy to leave this body. She leaves this body with lot of happiness, lot of contentment, lot of satisfaction, lot of affection to all the people of the town, to her own brother and sisters, and to the cows, whom she loved like her own family members. She goes up and reviews her life. I was just a girl in a house where there was divinity, but I was not knowing anything about divinity or divine. I was just observing my father and mother. I could not even chant a single japa, or I could not even sing one song. I went to the temples and prayed, but I did not have any effect. But I was so fortunate that Lord Subramanya came in my dream and directed me to go to the town He made me to meet that old man who showered affection, love, not only on me, on the entire family. And through me, he was able to build the school. And because of the advice, he brought the person to teach meditation and everybody in the school. And the old man and I also learned meditation in a second. We all were pulled to a very high level of meditative state, which I cannot imagine in my life. So I should thank everybody. I should thank Lord Subramanya, Lord Shiva, my father, my mother, the wood man, the man who taught me meditation, my brother and sisters who are with me till end. I should thank everybody. I should thank this universe for giving me such a great life. And she thought that my next life should be a life where I should serve people the same way I served. Whatever I served, I have earned a lot of good karma. And this good karma, I will have to spend in my next birth. I have to do meditation. I have to do service in temples. I have to do service to the poor, to do service to all the people of my town. And I have to do the same thing what I did in my last life because I have accumulated good karma, and that karma has to be given to the people for their benefits. And she thought that she should take birth again and do good to the humanity. With that, she came to this life, and the purpose of this life is to march forward in spirituality, which came to her suddenly with the blessings of Lord Subramanya, and she was able to move forward in spirituality. She could foresee her death. She could see herself dying, which are all very, very fortunate things to happen. And she did not cry that she is dying. On the other hand, she made brought courage to everybody that she's dying, and they all should be happy. And she is destined to do the same thing in this life, to give courage to the people, to teach meditation to the people, to help people who are in trouble, to give education to the people, to give food to the people, and whatever she left unfinished in that life, she is destined to continue this life and earn more and more good karma.